Jax here from Legend Brands. Welcome to the Dri-Eaz Setup Guide for Air Scrubbers. Like our Dehumidifier Basics Guide and Air Movers Basics Guide, this is a simple video intended for those renting one of our units or just starting out on their water damage restoration journey. All these videos complement one another, and in the first two, which I'll put a link to in the description below, I even repeat some of the essentials, especially when it comes to setting up a drying system. But since this is our third in the Basics Guide series, I'm gonna focus more on when and why you should use an air scrubber. You see, all drying systems need dehumidifiers and air movers, but not all drying systems need air scrubbers. Or do they? Let's review. The human respiratory system doesn't protect us against very small particulates. In fact, any particle smaller than 0.5 microns can be breathed deep into our lungs. And we know what that means. They can affect the health of everyone on site. I don't know about you, but if the health of my team can be negatively impacted by the air they breathe, then it's a no-brainer that any drying system should always include an air scrubber. For smaller jobs, we recommend the Defend Air 400. Now, what I love about this unit is that it's rugged, lightweight, stackable, with a simple design that's easy to use. It has controls on the top with an on and off switch and an indicator light to let you know when filter changes are needed. And with one of the lowest price points in the industry, there's no reason not to add a couple to your Dri-Eaz lineup. The Defend Air 400 is a multi-purpose tool for water damage, construction, carpet cleaning, even abatement. And it can be taken anywhere from light industrial settings to schools, clean rooms, hospitality venues, healthcare environments, manufacturing, basically wherever highly portable, efficient HEPA filtration is needed. It has advanced two-stage filtration technology, and for better air filtration coverage, you can daisy chain up to 5 units on one 15-amp circuit. It's also easily ductable for containments. The big word, containments. We'll get there, but first, let's stay focused on the lineup. Next up, the HEPA 700 for bigger jobs, where you need the best. This is a must-have. It's DOP compliant out of the box, which I want to get into, but first, I've put another link in the description below to the HEPA 700 Masterclass. That's a must-watch video. Wait, where was I? Oh, DOP compliant, yeah. DOP stands for Dispersed Oil Particulate because during testing, oil is dispersed as an aerosol across the air scrubber filter. Then the number of particulates in the downstream flow is measured using a calibrated photometer. The entire filter face is tested to detect leaks or damage. Basically, DOP test compliance is proof that an air scrubber is truly filtering out harmful particulates, including mold, wildfire smoke, and dangerous post-flood contaminated particles. And not all air scrubbers are. There are air scrubbers being sold that require fancy upgrades and filter changes to get there. The HEPA 700 immediately exceeds these requirements, in part due to the quality of its Dri-Eaz OEM filters, which, when used with the HEPA 700, filter 99.99% of 0.1 to 0.5 micron size particulates out of the box. That means the HEPA 700 goes beyond DOP compliance. Many other filters for sale online only filter out 99.97% of airborne particulates that are 0.3 micron size or larger, which could be up to any size. Sure, that sounds pretty good, but we can't forget that the smallest airborne particles are often the most dangerous, including bacteria and viruses. The HEPA 700 removes almost all the smallest particulates that other air scrubbers don't even touch. Am I sounding too scientific? I get it. Bottom line, if you want the best air filtration in the industry, use a HEPA 700 packed with Dri-Eaz filters. Let's move on to the AP 700, which comes with two very important upgrades. A UVC LED, which attacks viruses and bacteria on the HEPA filter to add further protection, and, get this, antimicrobial additives in the unit's housing, which helps inhibit the growth of bacteria and mildew on its surface. Yeah, way cool. It's cleaning air and fighting off all the stuff we're trying to get rid of on the unit itself, making it safer for handling and maintenance. I can go on and on about all our air scrubbers, But this is supposed to be a basic setup guide, so I'll stop there. Be sure to visit the links in the description below. Feel confident knowing when you buy Dri-Eaz, you're investing in the industry's best that's engineered and supported in the USA. Personally, it gives me confidence when I have quality tools that get the job done right. All right, each unit has an intake and an outlet. Wait, let me show you. Whew. All set. The intake is bringing the dirty air into the unit, passing it through its filters, and then releasing the clean air through the outlet. You might be thinking, well, how many air scrubbers do I need? At Legend Brands, we recommend 1 air scrubber for every dehumidifier when setting up your drying system. And containment or not, it's always best to place it in the center of the room, out of the direct path of the airflow created by dehumidifiers and air movers. Okay, Jack, so I can have it all in the same space as my drying system. Yes, it'll clean the air while your dehumidifier dries it, and your air movers help to circulate, decreasing dry time. But Jax, what if the area is affected by mold, bacteria, or viruses, and is adjacent to another area I'm trying to keep from being contaminated? Then, my friend, you need a containment. Containments are used to contain the spread of harmful airborne particulates to spaces that were unaffected by the initial water damage. To put it simple, we contain the bad stuff to prevent it from negatively impacting the good stuff in the rest of the space. Now, when it comes to containments, you can put an air scrubber inside, which is how we approach a non-contained space. But if it's contaminated to the point where, regardless of cleaning, you'll probably need to replace flooring or drywall, then you probably want to place your air scrubber outside of the containment. Position it close to the wall so you can have the inlet either be directly sealed off by fitting a portion of the containment wall around it, or give yourself a bit more room by using rigid ducting. The idea is to remove the harmful air from the space, clean it, and then disperse the air outside of the containment. And while the HEPA 700 air scrubber with Dri-Eaz filters can remove 99.99% of 0.1 to 0.5 micron size particulates out of the box, you might still want to consider using lay flat to direct the air outside, maybe through a window if possible. That way you know absolutely zero affected air from the contained space is circulating into the unaffected area. Sure, it's a bit more work for that potentially 0.1% of what could be toxic air, but toxic is toxic. If you can release it outside, why not? Oh, and remember, the outlet only supports up to 25 feet of lay flat, so you want to make sure you don't choose a window that's too far away. One thing to keep in mind when it comes to placing an air scrubber outside of the containment is that you're creating a vacuum. That's because you're pulling the bad air out, cleaning it, and then releasing it into another space, well, hopefully outside. Eventually, the space will need more air. I'd recommend using a manometer to measure the space's air pressure once you turn on the HEPA 700. The goal is to run a maximum of -5. Anything more than that, and you risk collapsing the containment. Don't worry, because both the HEPA 700 and AP 700 offer variable speed. Not only does lowering the speed make it quieter in occupied spaces, but it also allows you to balance the negative airflow. Speaking of which, even if you start at -5, remember, it's slowly pulling more air out of the containment, which is why it's always a good idea to put small slits, say 2 to 4 inches on the containment wall opposite of the air scrubber. This will allow non-contaminated air to be pulled into the space, making sure you don't collapse the containment. Air scrubbers are an essential tool when it comes to setting up a drying system. And the Dri-Eaz Defend Air 400, HEPA 700, and AP 700, when combined with Dri-Eaz filters, are the industry's best. Have any questions? Drop a comment below. Jax here from Legend Brands. Until next time.
Legend Brands.